Here's a statistic that will change how you think about attraction forever. 85% of women don't experience genuine arousal until one specific thing happens first. And it has nothing to do with what most guys think. Wrong. Thinking physical attraction worked the same way for everyone. Wondering why some nights felt electric while others fell completely flat, even with women who seemed interested. Then I discovered the research, the psychology, the actual science behind female arousal, and everything clicked. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 stages that lead to genuine female arousal, the process most men never understand. This isn't locker room talk. This is psychology, backed by research, that will transform how you connect with women. Let's dive in. 1. Emotional safety must be established first. Here's what most guys don't understand about female arousal. It starts in the mind, not the body. Before any woman can truly let herself feel attracted to you, her brain needs to answer one crucial question. Am I safe with this person? This isn't just about physical safety, though that's certainly part of it. It's about emotional safety, psychological safety, the deep subconscious assessment every woman makes about whether you're someone she can be vulnerable with. Think about it from an evolutionary perspective. For thousands of years, women who made poor judgment calls about male partners faced serious consequences. Those instincts don't just disappear because we live in modern times. They're hardwired into female psychology. So what does emotional safety look like in practice? It's how you handle her boundaries. It's whether you listen when she speaks or just wait for your turn to talk. It's how you react when she says no to something small. Because her subconscious is always testing, if I say no to this little thing, will he respect it? Or will he push, manipulate, or get angry? I learned this lesson the hard way with a woman I was dating a few years back. We had great chemistry, amazing conversations, but every time things started getting more intimate, she'd pull back. I was frustrated and confused until she finally explained it to me. "You interrupt me constantly," she said. "You dismiss my opinions about movies, restaurants, even small things. How am I supposed to feel safe being vulnerable with you when you don't even respect my thoughts about dinner?" It was a wake-up call. I realized I was trying to build physical intimacy without establishing emotional safety first. It's like trying to build a house without laying the foundation. It might look good on the surface, but it's fundamentally unstable. Emotional safety is built through consistency. It's about proving through your actions over time that you're someone who respects her autonomy, someone who values her thoughts and feelings, someone who won't punish her for being honest or setting boundaries. This means listening actively to what she's saying, really listening, not just planning your next comment. It means asking for her opinions and genuinely considering them. It means gracefully accepting when she says no to anything, from dinner plans to physical advances, without making her feel guilty or wrong. 2. Mental stimulation ignites the spark. Once emotional safety is established, the next crucial element is mental stimulation. Here's something that might surprise you. For the vast majority of women, arousal begins in the brain long before it reaches the body. Research consistently shows that women's arousal patterns are fundamentally different from men's. While men often experience arousal as a relatively straightforward physical response, women's arousal is much more complex, involving multiple psychological and emotional factors working together. Mental stimulation doesn't mean you need to be a genius or discuss quantum physics on every date. It means engaging her mind in ways that create excitement, curiosity, and emotional connection. It means making her think, laugh, wonder, and feel intellectually appreciated. I remember talking to this incredibly smart woman who worked in marketing. On our first few dates, I kept trying to impress her with stories about my work, my achievements, my opinions on everything. The conversation felt flat, forced. She was polite but clearly not engaged. Then one night, instead of talking about myself, I started asking her about her work. Really asking. Not just, how was your day? But, what's the most challenging project you're working on right now? What makes it complicated? How are you approaching the solution? Her entire demeanor changed. She became animated, passionate, engaged. She started sharing not just what she did, but how she thought about problems, what excited her about her field, what frustrated her about industry trends. That's when I understood. Mental stimulation isn't about showing how smart you are. It's about recognizing and engaging with how smart she is. Mental stimulation comes through several channels. Intellectual curiosity is huge, asking questions that make her think, sharing ideas that challenge her perspective, engaging with topics she's passionate about. But it's not just about serious topics. Playful banter, clever humor, unexpected observations about everyday situations, all of these engage her mind in ways that create excitement. Emotional intelligence is another massive component. When you can read between the lines of what she's saying, pick up on her emotional state, respond to her feelings with empathy and understanding. That's mental stimulation too. You're showing that you can navigate the complexity of human emotion, which is incredibly attractive to most women. Mystery and unpredictability also play important roles. Not the manipulative kind of mystery where you're playing games, but genuine unpredictability where you continue to surprise her with your thoughts, perspectives, and responses. When a woman feels like she's still discovering new layers to who you are, her mind stays engaged and curious. 3. Anticipation builds the tension. Here's where most guys get it completely wrong. They think arousal is about moving as quickly as possible toward physical intimacy. But for most women, arousal is actually about the journey, not the destination. It's about anticipation, build-up, and delicious tension that develops over time. Think about your favorite movie. Is the best part the final scene, or is it the building suspense that makes the climax so satisfying? Female arousal works similarly. It's often more about the anticipation than the actual physical moment. This is why rushed physical advances so often kill the mood, even with women who are genuinely interested. You're robbing her of the anticipation phase that's actually crucial to her arousal process. I learned this from a woman I dated who was incredibly direct about what she wanted. "Slow down," she told me one night. "You're rushing towards something I'm not ready for yet, and ironically, that makes me less likely to want it. Let me want it first." That phrase changed everything for me. Let me want it first. Anticipation is built through several mechanisms. Physical proximity without immediate gratification is huge. Sitting close enough that you're almost touching but not quite. Making eye contact that lingers a second longer than normal. Casual touches that hint at more but don't demand it. A hand on her arm during conversation. Fingers that brush when you hand her something. A brief touch on her back as you guide her through a door. These moments create what psychologists call arousal tension, the delicious discomfort of wanting something that's just out of reach. This tension is actually a crucial component of arousal for many women. Verbal anticipation is equally important. It's the art of suggestion without explicitness. Comments that create mental images without being crude. Compliments that hint at attraction without being overtly sexual. "You have the most distracting smile" is very different from "you're hot." One creates anticipation, the other just states a fact. Time is another crucial element of anticipation. Not just the time within a single evening, but time across multiple interactions. The woman who's excited to see you again because your last conversation left her wanting more. The building excitement between text exchanges. The way attraction can intensify between dates when both people are thinking about each other. Fourth, emotional connection deepens the experience. Physical attraction might get someone's attention, but emotional connection is what transforms simple interest into genuine arousal. This is perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of female sexuality, the crucial role that emotional intimacy plays in physical desire. For most women, arousal isn't just a physical response, it's an emotional experience. The more emotionally connected she feels to you, the more her body responds to your physical presence. This is why women often report that sex with someone they have deep emotional connection with is exponentially more satisfying than casual encounters, even when the physical technique is similar. Emotional connection is built through vulnerability, both yours and hers. It's about sharing parts of yourself that you don't show to everyone and creating space for her to do the same. This mutual vulnerability creates a unique bond that enhances every other aspect of attraction. I remember a relationship where I initially tried to maintain a cool exterior, sharing only my strengths and successes. The woman I was dating was clearly interested, but something was missing. Our physical chemistry felt surface level, almost mechanical. Everything changed the night I shared something I was genuinely struggling with, a career setback that had shaken my confidence. Instead of seeing this as weakness, she responded with empathy and shared her own fears about her professional future. That conversation created an emotional intimacy that transformed our physical connection completely. Emotional connection involves several key elements. Empathy is crucial. The ability to understand and respond to her emotional state, to be present with her feelings without trying to fix or dismiss them. When a woman feels truly understood by you, when she feels like you can see and appreciate the full complexity of who she is, it creates a profound sense of connection. Active listening plays a huge role here. Not just hearing her words, but understanding the emotions behind them. Asking follow-up questions that show you're engaged with what she's sharing. Remembering details from previous conversations and referencing them later. These behaviors demonstrate that she matters enough for you to pay real attention to her inner world. Fifth, physical attraction becomes the catalyst. Only after emotional safety, mental stimulation, anticipation, and emotional connection are established does physical attraction become the catalyst that transforms all that building energy into actual arousal. This is the final piece of the puzzle, but it only works effectively when the foundation is properly laid. Physical attraction at this stage isn't just about looks or sexual technique. It's about physical presence, energy, confidence, and the ability to create and respond to physical chemistry. It's about becoming someone whose touch she craves because of everything that's been built between you. The mistake most men make is starting with physical attraction and assuming everything else will follow. But research shows that for most women, it works the opposite way. Emotional and mental connection enhances physical attraction, not the other way around. I learned this from a woman who explained it perfectly. There are lots of attractive men, she said, but there are very few men who can make me feel safe, understood, excited, and desired all at the same time. When someone can do all of that, they become irresistible. Physical attraction at this stage is about presence and awareness. It's about being comfortable in your own body and attuned to hers. It's about understanding that physical chemistry is a conversation between two bodies, not a performance by one person for the other. Touch becomes meaningful when it's built on the foundation of everything else. A hand on her back means something different when she trusts you completely. Eye contact feels different when you've shared emotional intimacy. Even simple proximity becomes charged with energy when anticipation has been properly built. The physical component also involves understanding her specific responses and preferences. Every woman is different. What feels good to one person might not work for another. The key is paying attention, communicating, and being responsive to her reactions rather than following some predetermined script. Energy and confidence play huge roles here. When a woman feels emotionally safe and connected with you, when her mind has been engaged and anticipation has been built, she wants to feel your confidence and presence. Not arrogance or aggression, but genuine comfort with yourself and the situation. Many women report that their most intense arousal occurs when all 5 elements are present. They feel emotionally safe, mentally engaged, anticipation has been built, emotional connection is strong, and physical attraction becomes the spark that ignites everything else. So there it is, the 5-stage process that leads to genuine female arousal. Emotional safety, mental stimulation, anticipation, emotional connection, and finally physical attraction as the catalyst. Here's what most guys get wrong. They try to skip straight to stage 5 and wonder why it doesn't work. But arousal isn't a light switch you can flip. It's a process that unfolds when the conditions are right. The 85% statistic I mentioned at the beginning. It comes from research showing that most women need multiple psychological and emotional conditions to be met before they can experience genuine arousal. It's not about being difficult or complicated. It's about how female sexuality actually works. Understanding this process changes everything. It makes you a better partner, a more attractive man, and someone who can create genuine connection instead of just going through the motions. If this video opened your eyes to something new, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you experienced these stages in your own relationships? What surprised you most about this process? Remember, genuine attraction isn't about tricks or techniques. It's about understanding, respecting, and engaging with the complex, beautiful reality of how human connection actually works. I'll see you in the next video.